What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Rob's house, day 4 of the GForce rally. It is a new day. The sun is out here in beautiful Savannah, and our room faces a whole bunch of construction, so not much to see there. The other side actually has a really nice view. I actually have good news this morning. Jamie found a shop that has 2 tires in stock that will fit on his fronts that are ultra performance summer tires that he can put on there and finish out the rest of the rally. So now all we have to do is we're gonna roll to the store, see if we can't get a jack that we can put underneath the car to get it up and get the wheels off so we can take it over to that shop, have the tires mounted and balanced, come back, throw it on Jamie's car, and then hit the road. Dave's staying back with us because his M5 actually has quite a bit of trunk space, and he'll be able to fit both of the wheels in there for transportation. Otherwise, I was gonna have to stack everything in my passenger seat in the Corvette and still probably only fit like 1 wheel at a time. So this way we'll be able to get both of them over to that shop, get everything mounted and balanced, and then we can roll out. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this goes well. I'll report back when we actually have everything situated. All right, guys. We're just here waiting on Jamie's tires to get mounted. They're doing it right now. They did get us right in. We called this morning. They said, hey, yeah, whenever you're able to get over here, if you bring them off the car, not a problem. We went to Advance Auto, bought a jack and jack stands. Unfortunately, they don't rent them, but Jamie was like, screw it. It's not a big deal. I'll have an extra jack and some extra stands at home then. Actually, because we went and picked up the Corvette, he has additional trunk space and he can put stuff in the passenger seat. So he's gonna put the jack and jack stands in his trunk and then put his bag with his clothes in his passenger seat. Now, after we get out of here, we have to go back to the hotel, put the wheels back on his car, which won't take us long, get it back on the ground, and then we're gonna roll. Definitely not gonna make it in time for lunch to catch up with everyone else. So we're gonna straight shot it to, I think Orlando is where they're having lunch. So we're gonna straight shot it toward Orlando. We probably won't make it there until like 5 or 6. May skip that and just kind of drive right past that. We're staying in Tampa tonight, so we might actually honestly just straight shot it to Tampa and see if we can pick everyone up along the way, if we can catch up. You figure their fuel stops take a lot longer because they're doing it as a group. Of course, it is a rally. Lunch takes a lot longer because they're doing it as a group. There's only 3 of us. We're gonna hit a McDonald's, hit a fuel stop, and get rolling. All right, guys, we're back at the NSX. As you can see, we left it on jack stands in the garage. We're not sure how much air they put in them. We're just gonna install them, make sure everything's cool, see what the TPMS reads, and then we'll go from there. I actually have my tire inflator, so worst case, we can drain a crap ton of air out of them and fill them up to precise pressures and then get back on the road. Also, big shout out to Dave for taking us with the M5 because we were able to fit both the wheels in here, so that way we could just make one trip to the tire store, and he hung back with us, and that was really clutch. Happy to help. We appreciate you, dude. And I forgot the freaking tire iron in my car, so I have to go back and get that. All right, well, unfortunately, the tires that we got are directional, and they actually mounted this one backwards, which I guess isn't a huge deal because we're just finishing out the rally, and then he's got new wheels and tires at home for this car anyway, but kind of a bummer. But moment of truth. Find out if it fits now.
They are not the factory size.
No, they're a little taller than the factory size, but they should work. You're good, dude. Oh, you're golden. Beautiful. It'll settle a little more too. That's gonna work fine. You still got plenty of gap too. You're gonna be fine. Back on the road, let's go. Give these a nice little torque and then let's hit the road, catch up with the rest of the pack.
Not far at all, depending where for 25 to 40 minutes. Would you like to reply?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
That is all.
So guys, we're on the side of the road. I think I have to tap out. I actually just got hit by a semi. I'm okay. Basically, he went to make a lane change and didn't look. The semi was to my left and he just made a lane change, didn't even look, and rubbed me real quick and then backed off. I put my flashers on, pulled off here, and he hit and ran. Straight up ran. Fortunately, Jamie and Dave are with me. Jamie's gonna help me tend to this wheel. I'll show you in a sec. The wheel's pretty messed up. It's not deformed, and fortunately, these are 2-piece wheels. So it's just the spokes and shit. It's not compromising the structural integrity of the wheel. But with that said, Dave went to chase the guy down to try to get his tag, and Jamie's here trying to help me repair this wheel. Now you can see there's a lot of damage around the side, and it broke some of these spokes, but these spokes aren't actually connected. on these wheels. This is a two-piece wheel, so the wheel's actually connected in here. As long as we can make sure that that metal doesn't impact the integrity of the tire, we should be okay. I'm gonna check in a second to see if I lost any air pressure, to see if I'm leaking anywhere. I don't think I'm gonna continue on. I'm definitely gonna turn around and go home at this point, because I don't wanna drive on this any longer than I have to. Now, I could get towed all the way back to Knoxville. That's really, really far. Assuming everything's cool, I'll probably turn around, I'll call my insurance company. It's pretty bad. Fortunately, the offsets that I run on these, there's ever so slightly just a little bit of poke. So as soon as he hit the wheel, rubbed it and backed off, he didn't hit the fender at all. Very lucky. That could have been, I mean, that could have been it. I was able to keep the car straight when it happened. Just lucky I didn't get hurt. The guy obviously didn't check his mirror. I mean, my car's pretty low. Maybe he didn't see me, I don't know. But then he, I guess, realized that he messed up and he literally just took off. So I'm hoping Dave can catch up and get his tag. I'll get back with you guys when I know more. Hey guys, I am on my way home. All right, so what happened? The semi hit the back left wheel. We already went over that. Dave actually chased him down and pulled him over successfully. He got in front of him and was able to force the guy to pull over. He was like, hey, why'd you run? I already got your tag. I want your information. The guy said, I didn't hit nobody. Well, the damage to your front right wheel's lug nuts would disagree with you on that one. So anyway, we called Highway Patrol. Of course, they showed up. Shout out to the officer who helped us out. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but I have it on the police report. I'm sorry, man. Really appreciate it. He was super cool. I have a dash cam. As most of you know from my video on my, if you watched my Honda Civic dash cam install video, you saw the dash cam footage of when we got T-boned in that car. I hang a little dash cam over here in the Corvette. That dash cam had everything recorded. I pulled the footage immediately. I have my laptop with me. Because I've been vlogging this whole trip, and I usually have my laptop with me anyway, like just in general. Dumped all the footage real quick, and I just fired up Final Cut real quick and cut it, you know, right before and right after, like just got that clip to show the cop, because it actually spanned 2 files. You know, like when your dash cam records on loop, it records like 5 minutes at a time and it overwrites the oldest file. So it was split on 2 files. So I just combined it into 1 clip basically so I could show the officer. So he rolled up, he's like, what happened? I was like, all right, here's what happened. I was in the right lane. This guy was in the middle lane. I'm going to get off. And he just like, I guess he needed to get off, but he didn't look or so. I don't know. I don't know what he did, but he just lane changed without looking. And he tapped me and obliterated my wheel. And he's like, okay. And I was like, I got the whole thing on video. And he's like, oh, really? Show him the video. And he's like, all right, that's all I need to see. Thank you. I was like, okay. He's like, just give me your license, registration, insurance information. No problem. So I give him all my information. He gets the other guy's information. He writes it up. Other dude's at fault, obviously. And believe it or not, my tire's holding air. I cannot believe the tire didn't take damage because my tires are very slightly stretched. I have that little bit of poke. I like that fitment, right? That fitment saved this car. And maybe my life, honestly. Actually, in reality, maybe my life. Because his principal point of contact were the spokes of the wheel, right? The wheels are so concave that it didn't actually hit the hub at all. All it hit was the very outside of the lip and the edges of the spokes beyond where the 2-piece part of the face actually connects, right? It just hit the tips of the spoke and it bent them all and destroyed them. The wheel didn't crack. That's a testament to forged wheels. If these were cast wheels, that wheel would have just exploded. Like there's no way. And if that happened, it probably I would have lost the rear, and honestly probably ended up underneath the semi. It probably would have pitted me because he hit me in the rear. It would have pitted me sideways and he probably would have ran me over if he didn't realize, you know, unless he could have hit the brakes. That could have been it. That actually could have been it. And you know, the funny thing is, you know, we do spirited driving, obviously. We're sports car enthusiasts, of course. We weren't doing it. We weren't doing it. We were cruising down the highway, you know, doing the speed limit basically. We weren't in a rush at all. We were like, we're so far behind, we'll just meet everyone at the hotel. We're not gonna make the stops we're supposed to make today in Jacksonville and then in Orlando. We're supposed to stop in Jacksonville for lunch and then in Orlando for a car show and then go to Tampa to the hotel. You know, that's obviously not happening. I'm on the way back to Knoxville now. I don't want to drive the car any more than I have to, but shipping it would have been non-trivial, and my wheel's holding air. What we did do was the messed up pieces of metal that were kind of bent, I always keep some socket wrenches with me in the car. So we took those socket wrenches and just because you never know if you needed like some basic roadside tools, right? We took the socket wrenches and used them to kind of like wedge in between like the tire, like the lip of the tire and like those sharp pieces of the wheel that like kind of got messed up, and bend them so that they're like not gonna, even if I hit a bump, right, and the wheel kind of compresses a little bit, it won't hit anything. I think we're good. I'm already 2 hours into my drive back to Knoxville, and we're good. We still have full tire pressure. I haven't had to do anything. Jamie did say, he was like, hey, if anything goes wrong, get the car shipped back, get a hotel, I'll pick you up tomorrow on the way back, right? So shout out to Jamie. Dude, this has been a wild ride with all the guys from GForce Rally, and I just in particular want to shout out Jamie and Dave, because that's who I was rolling with. I was rolling with Jamie obviously for the whole rally, and he's my friend, but Dave was a stranger up until a couple days ago, and I think that's what's awesome about just car people in the car community and people supporting each other. And you know, he didn't even hesitate. He was like, listen, I'll hang back with you guys in the morning, we'll help Jamie get his new tires mounted, then we'll roll out. He pulled that guy, you know, he chased that guy and pulled him over for me and stayed with us until, you know, for the whole police report and everything, making sure that all was well. I mean, we didn't really need him to stay at that point, but he just did, just to make sure everything was cool. And he's a witness, right? So he gave a statement to the cop. I can't thank those guys enough for having my back. Shout out to everyone on the GForce Rally. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that we got split up yesterday and today, and I basically didn't get to finish out the rally with you guys. It was a blast, and you know, I feel like I made so many new friends this week, and I'm just gonna stay positive. I'm just gonna stay positive. There's nothing we can do, right? The car can be fixed. I'm not hurt. I mean, I'm probably have some whiplash in the morning, but I'm not seriously injured, right? All goes well, I'll make it back to Knoxville. It'll be kind of late. I think I'll make it back at like 2 in the morning, but I'll make it back, and then I'll take it to my dude Doug. Shout out to Doug. Take it to Doug, put it on the alignment rack, make sure stuff's not bent. If it is, he'll write up an estimate, and I'll have them fix it. You know, if any of the control arms in the back or anything like that is screwed up, the wheel bearing screwed up, anything like that. It doesn't seem to be. I mean, the car is driving straight. I will say there is a little bit of vibration. So, you know, it is what it is, but hey, we're driving. That's the biggest thing. We drive our cars. I drive my car. Told you guys, this is no garage queen. Stuff's gonna happen. If this is the worst thing that happens, that's a good thing, right? Nobody seriously injured. Car's totally fixable. Car's not totaled. Not a big deal. The cop was super cool. Everything went fine with the police report. In the event of an accident, everything that could go right did go right. So I am very happy about that. Side note, we just a little while ago tripped 40,000 miles. So we have 40,000 miles on the Corvette now. I will keep kind of updating you guys over the years. I do not plan to get rid of this car really ever. Frankly, I love this car. I really do. And I'm glad you guys enjoy it on the channel as well. It's a phenomenal car. And shout out to BC Forged for making a hell of a strong wheel, apparently, because that was, oh my God, dude. That was just like unbelievable. Stay safe, stay alert, you know, be aware of your surroundings. I saw it last minute. The only reason that I couldn't make an evasive maneuver, because I actually saw it coming out of the corner of my eye, was I couldn't make the lane change yet because I had a guy coming up on my right, so I had nowhere to go. I was smushed. I'm one of those people, I'm not very vocal in stressful situations until it's over. I typically just bear down and focus and act to the best of my ability. That's usually just how I react. I'm not someone who yells in those type of situations and stuff like that. So you'll see on the video, I don't say anything. Even when I get hit, I don't really say anything until I finally pull over, and then I express my frustration, let's say. But yeah, so anyway, we're on our way back to Knoxville. I got about, 6 hours if I don't stop, but I gotta stop for fuel. I actually have to stop for fuel soon. I gotta eat dinner at some point, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to close out the daily vlogs from the GForce Rally here. I will give you guys some updates on the wheel, what was damaged, what wasn't damaged. We'll do that in a separate video after I have the guys over at Eurospec. Eurospec is where Doug works, where I get the alignments. Have the guys at Eurospec take a look at it. they're perfectly capable, even though they specialize in European cars, of course, they're perfectly capable of assessing damage to either the control arms and or the suspension of any vehicle, whether or not it is American, and I trust them over there. So I think that's who I'm gonna use. My insurance company said it's up to me. I can either take it to a dealer, you know, I can take it to a shop of my choosing and get an appraisal. So I'm gonna take it to my dudes at Eurospec, and we'll see what's up. But that's gonna close it out for the rally. I will just give a quick update and sign off when I get home, when I get back to Knoxville, so you guys know and are not left in suspense with me still on the road. So just so that you know that I made it home safely. So I will see you when we get home. All right, guys, so I tapped out for the night. I am at an Embassy Suites here in, I guess I'm near Marietta, Georgia. I'm not exactly sure what exact town I'm in, but I had just passed exits for Marietta, so I am just north of Atlanta. I wanted to get north of Atlanta at least so that I don't have to deal with any of that traffic or whatever tomorrow. Car's fine so far, we're doing okay. It's been holding air, hasn't lost a single PSI. Just been chilling, cruising, cruise controlling, mostly right lane, you know, just playing it very conservatively on the way home. I don't want to push my luck, of course. I just want to get the car home safely. It feels fine on the highway for the most part. It does feel like the wheel is out of balance because it lost some of the wheel, so kind of makes sense. If you've ever driven where you've lost a wheel weight, that's kind of what it feels like, where like it's a little vibratey at highway speeds, but it's not wheel hopping or doing anything like super sketchy. Otherwise I would have just pulled over and had it shipped. Like I said, it'll be tomorrow. I thought I was gonna get home tonight, but between fuel stops and food and that kind of stuff, I just didn't have enough hours in the day to make it home. It is approximately 1 in the morning right now. I still had like another 2 and a half hours to get home, and I was just starting to get tired. So I was like, you know what, play it safe, get a room, is what it is. All right, guys, last update. Sorry, I have a little bit of hat hair here. I made it home. We're in my garage. We got lucky. We got lucky. I just wanted to shout out all the guys on GForce Rally. Shout out to Joey for organizing it. All the guys on GForce Rally. I had a blast. I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you guys for the last day and a half, basically. But I had a great time, and I definitely want to do it again. I made a lot of new friends. It was a great experience. It kind of had a little bit of a sad ending, sort of, but in my mind, I'm looking at it optimistically that I wasn't killed, right? Like I could have been killed. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I had my dash cam. I keep telling people, buy dash cams. They're worth it. You know, $100 or whatever it costs to buy the dash cam. And if you get into one accident, that thing is gonna pay for itself. Because if it was not your fault, and the other person tries to say it is, you have irrefutable evidence. In this case, it was a he said, right? The other guy saying he didn't hit me. There's definitely damage on his wheel, so it's somewhat obvious that he hit me. But just to top it all off, I have the video of it happening. So the cop can clearly see at least that I didn't make a maneuver. The guy could say, well, I didn't hit anybody, and he can say that, oh, the Corvette hit me. How would I prove that I was not the one in the wrong? What I said happened actually happened. Well, I can prove it. I have the video of it. Shout out to the Florida Highway Patrol officer. Thanks for taking care of us. This is rally life, man. You guys got the full experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. It was so sick, like doing all the driving that we actually did. But then, you know, cars breaking down on the side of the road. I got into an accident. This stuff happens. You know, the accidents, I mean, that could happen at any point in time, right? But cars breaking down, I mean, on rallies, you're driving on a track, right? You're running the car at 100% the whole time. I mean, stuff can break, right? Or you're driving, you know, on a mountain road or something, stuff breaks and you don't have any cell signal, right? I mean, like all this kind of stuff can happen. So be prepared when you go on a rally, be prepared. Lessons learned for next time. I think we need to have some kind of support vehicle. If we need to stop because someone breaks down, we can do that and have tools at our disposal to help get them back on the road. In Jamie's case, the biggest problem when he broke down is we didn't have a jack that we could get under the car. The media car, because it was an SUV, it had a bottle jack. That's not going under an NSX. And even a scissor jack is sometimes too high for a lot of these cars. So we ended up having to go and buy a low profile one. Hindsight being 2020, next time, maybe we bring a jack and jack stands. Maybe we bring some extra tools. I mean, I could even throw this whole toolbox, has all my sockets and everything, and screwdrivers and whatnot. I could throw that in the media car next time. Definitely learned some stuff, had a blast, made a lot of cool new friends. Shout out to all you guys. There's too many of you to list, but you're all awesome. awesome. I really enjoyed that group. Like, everyone was super cool. You know, no one was doing anything exceedingly dangerous, or, you know, sometimes you have that one guy who just being ridiculous the whole time. We didn't have that in this group. It was really a solid group of people. Shout out to the media crew for hanging out of the back of that 4Runner the entire trip, getting rollers and stuff like that of us. That was sick. And of course, shout out to all the other participants in GForce Rally. That's gonna wrap it up for this video and for this series on the GForce Rally. As usual, I hope this video is entertaining, and I'll see you guys next time.